If you ever want to know what it's like to be a teacher in a classroom, or maybe you are a teacher and you just want to know what it's like in another classroom, then this video is for you. I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you what an average class period looks like in my class, from the moment the students walk in until the moment they leave. But first, let's play that intro. All right, here we go, everybody. You got 6 minutes. Everything you need's up there. 6 minutes. Same paper you've been working on. Let's go, Leonardo. Focus here, man. Let's go. There's a few people seem off track. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. We've got 4 minutes left. There was not just one, I would say maybe it was like 3 people what I noticed that were a little off task. There's been 6 minutes you had to work on this, and some people are just staring at their paper. I am telling you, if you're not doing these warm-up, you're missing some easy points, and it definitely affects your grade as well. So remember, when you first come in, look up here, whatever you see, just make sure you do for the first 6 minutes or 8 minutes or however long we're working on it. So here we go. Plan for the day. These are 2-day notes. This is day 2 of our notes. Someone raise your hand. What is the title for our notes? What are these notes about? Somebody help me out. Please go ahead. Sophia, what is the title? The French and Indian War. So notes of the French and Indian War. Okay. The essential question, what you're going to answer probably in about 15 minutes. Somebody raise your hand. What is the essential question? Who's got that one? Let's go ahead and have Quentin. How did the French Indian War impact the colonies? You're going to answer that in about 15 minutes when you do your summary. So here's what we covered so far about the French Indian War. We said it was a war between, someone raise your hand. It's a war between, what are the 2 sides in the French and Indian War? Go ahead, Evan. The French and who's on one side? The French and the, not quite. Help me out. Do you want to get a shot? French and who's on one side? Let's go, Jocelyn. French and Indian on one side, and Jocelyn, who's on the other side, Jocelyn? There we go. French and Indians on one side, and then you got the colonists and the British on the other side. We're good on that? Boom, boom, all right. And so they're fighting each other, and the reason they're fighting is because some of the colonists are moving into the Ohio River Valley. They kind of fight each other. That's the French and Indian War. It's part of the 7-Year War. Eventually, who wins on that? Who wins, the French or the British? Who wins the French and Indian War? Adrian? The British win. And they win, and so they sign a treaty. The treaty is called the Treaty of Paris. And then that is where we're at right now. And so the Treaty of Paris, we said there's some things that the British got. They got Canada, some of the land. All right. So that is where we're continuing the story. So here we go. Here we go. French and Indian War. Proclamation of 1763. Somebody raise their hand. Where did you see this before? Proclamation 1763. Where did you see it before? Someone. Oh my gosh. Come on. 1763. Proclamation 1763. Where have you read about that or saw something about that within the past 5 minutes? Yes, ma'am. It is part of the French Indian War, but where did you actually see that at in the past 5 minutes? Yes, ma'am. It's a warm-up, right? That's what your warm-up was. The warm-up was about the Proclamation of 1763. So let's talk about the Proclamation of 1763. So here's our first thing. Left-hand side, write this down right here. What do you think has happened in the past? Put that on the left-hand side. What do you think has happened in the past? Put that on the left-hand side. Right-hand side, answer this question. Here's the question. Why does the school not allow you to cross that? You know what line I'm talking about, right? Why does the school not allow you to cross the line at lunchtime or beginning? You know what line I'm talking about? What? Do you cross it? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, right? Right out here? They say you can't go past that line. Quint, I can't believe you go past that line. You even know what line I'm talking about? All right, so the question is, why does the school say you can't go past that line? I want you to think about that, all right? Why do you think students want to cross that line? And then more importantly, here we go, this is the one as well. What do you think has happened in the past that made a school to create that rule? So answer all three of these. Answer all three on the right-hand side, but to make your life easy, just put this down on the left-hand side. Any questions? 2 minutes to make it happen. 2 minutes is what you got for this. And then we'll see who wants some extra credit points. All right, here we go. Extra credit points. Who wouldn't mind sharing their answer to this one? What do you think has happened in the past? Why do you think the school tells you you can't cross the line? Why do you think students want to cross that line? Somebody volunteer for some points, please. Going. Oh, yes, we'll start with Evan, and then after that, Noah, and then we'll see where we go from there. Evan, what do you got to say, sir? All right, so they're worried that if you cross that line, you might try to skip class. All right, so it's probably, do you think that's happened in the past? So that's probably why they put the rule there. Do you think students actually want to do that? Well, yeah, make me nervous in that one. Go ahead. What do you got for us, Noah? And then Quentin after that. All right. Why do students want to go over there, you think? No, all right. Yes, sir, Quentin. All right, so they're worried about maybe a fight happening over there. Okay, so they want students to go there because a fight might happen. Think it's happened in the past? All right. What do you got for us, Andrea? Then Naja? Oh, it's good. So they want to disturb the classes, right? All right. Makes sense to me. Yes, ma'am. You pick one. Which one do you think? All right, so there's classes over there. So they want you to disturb the classes. Makes sense. Do you think it's happened in the past? Yeah. All right. So what I want you to understand is, and we'll get more to this when we start talking about the Bill of Rights, right? Because of what students have done in the past affects you today. Do you guys realize that? What students have done in the past, school puts rules together that affect you today. But the other thing I want you to understand is the reason they created this line is because the school doesn't want to have to deal with all those problems. You know what I'm talking about? All those problems you guys mentioned, the school doesn't want to have to deal with it. And so they created a line with the hopes of not having to deal with the problem of students, go that way. Students, disturbing classes, students trying to fight, students trying to skip. So they created a line to avoid all those problems. Did you guys just read about something, about some sort of line? Somebody help me out. What's a line you just looked at a second ago that, what do you think? Let's go ahead and have Noah. Noah, what line do you think we're talking about here? Noah, what line do you think maybe was created to avoid any future problems, sir? What line could that possibly be called? The Proclamation line of 1763. 100% correct. Here you go. Copy this down on the right-hand side. Just copy this portion down that's underlined. Copy that portion down that's underlined. Copy that on the right-hand side. So here's what happens. Write a summary answering the question, the essential question. The essential question is this: how did the French Indian War impact the colonies? Remember, your summary needs to answer the question. It needs to be 5 sentences long. Since this is our very first summary, I made it a little bit easier for you. Here you go. I wrote it out. All I need you to do is to fill it in with the information. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to copy this word for word, but where there's a blank, you're going to put in the information. Where do you find the information at? It is in your notes. I'm going to give you about 5 or so minutes for this. since this is your first official summary in this class, normally I won't have this up here. Normally you just write a 5-sentence summary. Once again, always make sure your summary answers the essential question is 5 sentences. That's what you're looking for. But since this is the very first one, let me help you fill in the blanks if you need some assistance. Now, when you're done with this, what you want to do is count your points. Now, you got time right now, is first of all, even before you count your points, go through your notes, make sure you have ahas for everything. Go through your notes, make sure you have ahas for everything. If you have ahas for everything, then at that point in time, I would count your points. 1 point for each thing, and 1 point for each sentence in the summary. You're going to count it all up, and if you're going to need to staple it, you can staple it. There's a stapler over here. And then what you'll do is you'll put it in this bin right here with your points at the very, very top of your page, right? Count your points. And then at that point in time, if you want to grab your Chromebook and work on the Edpuzzles, you can continue working on the Edpuzzles. There's a new one in there for you. So here we go. Once again, you're going to finish the summary. That's done. Then from there, you're going to make sure you got ahas for everything. That's done. Then you're going to count your points, 1 point for each thing. Put a total at the very top and circle it. And then you're going to get up. If you need a stapler, there's a stapler over here. And then you're going to put it in the in bin right here. Then you're going to walk over here, grab your Chromebook headphones if you need them right here. You're going to grab your Chromebook and you're going to work on the Edpuzzles. First thing is, I'm hoping to have these graded by today and passed back to you tomorrow so you can study for the test using these notes. Once again, our test is Friday. Regarding the Edpuzzles, I'll probably give you about maybe half the class tomorrow to work on the Edpuzzles. So which may mean if you have like 3 or 4 Edpuzzles to work on still, you probably want to do some of them at home. All right? So if you work on the Edpuzzles home, if you get at least all of them done except for 2, you'll be right on schedule. All right? So I'd probably recommend that at home. Yes, ma'am? Oh, that's a tough one now to put up here. I can keep that for you later on here, okay? So, all right. I know we didn't get much time to work on the Edpuzzles because notes took a bit longer, but let's put it away so we get you out of here on time. Go ahead and put away your Chromebooks. All right. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching the video. If you like what you saw, please hit the subscribe button or click on one of the other links.